Hi guys, John Carswell here. When I was a boy, I used to love climbing trees. In South Texas, they had these great live oak trees, and there was nothing better than that feeling of climbing up in those trees to survey the world beneath me. It always gave me a sense of being connected to the earth and also being connected to life itself. And I think it must have been that same idea that the writer of Psalm 1 took up when he wrote these words. He said, "Blessed are those who delight in the law of the Lord. They are like trees planted by streams of water that yield its fruit in season, and then everything that they do prospers." Now what happens in this first psalm is that the writer lays out a pattern that goes all the way through 150 psalms. And that pattern is that there's really two pathways in life. There's one which is the pathway of righteousness that leads to life. And there's the other which is the pathway of the wicked, which leads to death. And what he's doing in this first psalm is he's asking us to pause and stop and think. What motivates us? What excites us? What moves us forward in life? Maybe you're one of those people who love their job and can't wait for Monday morning to get up and go to work. Or maybe you're a person who's really keen about sport, or maybe family is the most important thing to you. These are all good and precious gifts, treasures that we receive as gifts from the Lord. But we also need to stop and ask ourselves, is that enough? Is that enough? Because if any one of those things were taken away from us, would we still be moving forward in life in a way that was gratifying to us? In the New Testament, in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 6, Jesus said these words. He said, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust consume and thieves break in and steal, but store up treasures for yourself in heaven." Which ought to ask us the question, what are you storing up? Now, I'll be the first to confess that I've got a closet full of stuff that at one point was really exciting to me. I paid for it, brought it into my life, but now it's just gathering dust. And maybe you're the same way. But what Jesus was talking about was not the stuff that's in our closets, but in the closets of our hearts. And he's asking us to think about what are our most essential values. What are the things that drive us and move us forward in life? And sometimes some of the things that are in our closets can be less than helpful. Maybe you have a sense of guilt over something that you've done in the past. Or maybe you've got a destructive habit that keeps dragging you down. Or maybe you carry in yourself a secret sense of shame over something that somebody did to you. Whatever it is, those are the sorts of things that keep us from sinking our roots deep into the earth and getting nourished in that stream of living water. The thing to remember as we go through the Psalms is that we don't have to carry those things with us any longer. By immersing ourselves in the law, which means the Word of God, it points out a different pathway that we have an invitation to travel down. A pathway of righteousness that leads to life. And so as you come before God in prayer today, and I do hope you'll get a chance to do that, say, "Lord, show me the things that I need to let go of. Show me the things that are dragging me down, that are getting in the way of me sinking my roots into the living water who is Jesus Christ." Friends, the path of life is set before us, and the invitation is an open one. Take some time to think about those thoughts today, and may God bless you in the doing of it.